Have four, yes.
4 o'clock.
I have 4 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion approved. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have public comment?
Tom Wagner. I'd received an email from the engineer last week, and I got that before I came to the meeting. But on the response to my questions, the engineer said they try to minimize pushing rock off the edge, but they aren't always successful. They instruct the operators to carry the blade several inches from the surface. Loose rock on the surface also doesn't help the situation. It's part of the cost of pushing snow so the public can travel in the winter. My response is, your response to this issue is indicative of your past complacency and lack of corrective action. Your statement of loose rock on the surface doesn't help, brings the question, if using common sense, why was there newly placed rock on the road surface in February? History has shown that Page County can and does receive snow in March and later. Looking at the facts, the snow on Monday, February 17th was very light and dry with no wind to cause drifting, and there was not much snowfall in Douglas Township. The forecast for the end of the week was for plenty of sunshine and 50 to 60 degree temperatures. My photo shows that hardly any snow was left by Saturday evening, February 22nd. On Tuesday the 18th, an individual had bladed the roadway, and the following day the county machine, traveling at a fast rate, bladed the rock into the ditch. The moldboard of the machine was positioned so it extended out past the edge of the roadway and over the ditch. That distance is 4 foot as measured, where a photo clearly shows sod was bladed from the yard and placed in the driveway of my property. What logical explanation is there that would cause an employee of the county to waste rock in such a manner? Your last statement of part of the cost so public can travel in the winter does not make any sense in this situation. Taxpayer dollars should not pay for complacency. And as far as rock, this has been talked about for years. Finally, last year, after no action for years, talking about dust, fines, wasting money, finally, there was a change. I appreciate that. I said at the time, it's a step, it's a small step. We need to improve. You know, constant improvement, that's a heck of a good goal. You know, companies, private companies, they have a loss and prevention program because it costs. They have to raise the prices. You know, in government, you raise taxes or you take tax money. And so I asked the question, should taxpayers bear the price of complacency, or should Page County taxpayers benefit from common sense usage of their tax dollars? And the reason why I said indicative of past complacency, I hate to bring it up, but it shows every day I drive M63 when it started at the very beginning. It wasn't the prime contractor that did the top layer of the hot mix asphalt. It started on the lower cold in place recycling process on a subcontractor. I had brought things to the attention of the engineer, supervisors, Nothing happened. After months, coming into this room, finally, the contractor was contacted about one small portion of that project, the north end. It didn't cost anything to have that corrected because it was placed improperly. But complacency or doing nothing, it just laid there, nothing was done. And so further, after it was finally removed, replaced, then it laid there for over a year with no pavement markings. If that isn't complacency, I guess I need to have somebody explain that to me. But that roadway, still today, we've got spots that I said, are you going to test? Are you going to see the limits of the unacceptable areas? No, they just took out some little, they're patches. The patch is always a patch. You can see that as you drive down it. And those areas that were patched, right beside it, you can see they're still oil-rich spots, so it was not corrected properly. But I do ask that question again. Is that what we do with taxpayer dollars? I mean, if there's complacency, is that to be allowed in this county? Any questions?
No questions.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, we'll move on to engineer update. JD?
Good afternoon. This is J.D. King, Page County Engineer. The engineer update came out Monday afternoon. It's a fine winter day, I guess, in Page County. The blades have been out pulling rock in, working on washboards and intersection locations. We have been hauling rock with a couple of trucks. Have a crew cutting trees with a shear south of Clarinda here. Earlier this week, we pulled snow fence from locations along J20, and we're working north to south in the county pulling snow fence. Now that the ground is thawed before the rush for the spring planting commences. And I do have another crew cutting trees and brush with chainsaws. We did attend a couple work zone safety and flagger training opportunities by the crew last week. Moving on to shop, there were some routine services done on our smaller vehicles last week, several pickups. We're still rotating snow plows in to clean up, although we didn't do that this week. Number 55 tandem is returning as we speak from Omaha. Got a call to pick it up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, so we went to get it. We'll be short one truck on our routes. We don't know what exactly is coming with the winter rain, snow, wind. We uncertain of what's gonna occur overnight. We certainly won't be out in zero visibility weather, pushing snow that blows right back. So if the forecast is to be believed or expected, the wind is lay down in the morning, we'll go out after that. We're also putting together a list of stuff to get rid of via public auction. We've used Purple Wave services in the past, been successful.
What do they charge for that, you know? Like
I
to
don't
use-
know, a couple percent. The Essex North Bridge construction resumed on Monday. They were gonna work today until they got rained out, pulling north Coffer Dam. The pier column was poured last Wednesday. I'm skeptical if they get another concrete placement in this week based on the weather forecast, but, they got one more concrete placement on the substructure. That is the north pier cap. Once that's sufficiently cured and gained strength, then they'll got 2 spans of beams to place. Questions about the update? I have one more agenda item. It's signing a final voucher for the bridge on J20 and BRS CHPP C073 parent 123 GB-73. I have a,
Do I hear a motion to approve that, signing the final pay voucher?
Make a motion.
Okay, do I
I'll
have a
second.
second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I have a form here.
Okay, motion approved to sign that final pay voucher.
Thank you.
Thank you, JD. Okay. Okay, I said thank you. Okay, our next item up is to discuss and approve a publishing and set a public hearing for the proposed tax notice.
I was hoping we could just do Tuesday, April 1st, at 4:15. That's our normal meeting, so we'll just,
4:15, Tuesday, April 1st at 4:15. Okay.
Yep.
That's my calendar. Okay. Do we need a motion on that? Probably.
I'll make a motion that we do the public hearing for proposed tax notice on Tuesday, April 1st at 4:15 PM.
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Our next item is the use of the courthouse grounds for Cowboy Church on June 22nd at 2 p.m. Do I hear a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Approval of that. Do we have board communication?
I did not have anything this week.
Anything? Brian, anything?
Pretty,
Thursday night, landfill,
Landfill? Okay.
this Thursday or last?
this Thursday.
Okay. Okay, and I don't have anything. Okay, our next item is to discuss meeting minutes. Last week, we tabled our February 18th minutes, and we also have our February 25th meeting minutes now. So we have, I guess I would entertain a motion to approve our February 18th and 25th minutes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried to approve the February 18th and 25th minutes. Okay. Did we vote on that?
Yes.
All in favor? Okay, motion carried. Okay, budget discussion. Do we have anything to discuss with budget? Not exactly sure what we need to discuss.
Are we gonna be, so I know that they were having trouble with the assessor stuff getting published.
Right.
And then is that when, like, we're waiting for that to be,
So I talked to the newspaper and everything has been.
fixed?
Oh, good.
We're going through column,
We're
which
going
was
through
an
what?
option before,
Okay,
and everything that is going through them is working.
okay.
Everything is working, okay. Okay, so we'll need to be finalizing the budget before very long. Okay, so, I think one of the things we were gonna discuss was JD's equipment. And we'll maybe talk about that next week. I think, whoops, JD left.
Yeah.
Okay.
He snuck out.
He snuck out, okay. We did talk about that, so he was gonna get me another list, he said. So we were gonna talk about that. I did talk briefly to, Michelle about the truck. She hasn't gotten back to me, but she did say that the Shores bid was like the sheriff's bid. It was the contract thing, the state bid, yeah.
Oh, contract statement,
It was the
okay.
state bid that, yeah, the contract thing, so they couldn't
They
come
couldn't
down.
mess with it, come down, okay.
Couldn't mess with it, yeah.
Okay.
But she was still gonna talk to them, and see. So, I did, when she said originally it would be like a 12-week thing, so that's not gonna take us into the new year. It's not gonna take us into
Her new budget.
July into the new
Yeah.
budget, so we're gonna have to, work on that one.
And she probably doesn't have the money in the budget this year.
No, she was gonna do some checking on that and get back to me, and she has not done that yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we've got that to discuss yet. Just some wrapping up things. Brian's working on the farm lease. Trying to think if there's anything else that we need to discuss. Kristen, can you think of anything that you need to do?
We'll be doing the House File 718 tomorrow night.
Okay,
We've contacted, there's a few cities and a school that hadn't got their budget in yet, but we've contacted them and they know that the deadline is tomorrow at 4.
okay. So we're getting to that point where we're getting everything done. Okay, so it's just mainly getting everything finished up and,
And then, I guess, when do we finalize our discussions about either 3.75 or
well, I
if it's
think
gonna
we're
be
getting,
different?
we're to that
Like-
point.
Are we still going to have more discussion on that, or is it?
I think that's what we need
That's
to
what
do.
we- okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I think we're to the point where I think we've seen that we're doing okay with where we are. If you're happy with it, if where we are as far as the budget is concerned, and that we can handle that with where the ending fund balance is, as proposed. And what the ending fund balance is. That's the main thing at this point, or whether we want to come down a little bit. We need to hear back from Michelle. We need to talk to JD. If we can wind those things up.
And you have the attorney because they're a different amount than.
Okay. Yes. Do you have something in particular?
No, I was just
Okay.
curious, because
Okay, yeah,
I,
whatever we need to do.
So did we move the deputy sheriff out of the rolls, so to speak?
No.
So
We did
that
not.
was, Lisa had given me new dollar amounts for the transfer.
Okay, so we're sure those are okay. that the 75% is in there, okay.
And I can talk to her tomorrow and make sure that that's,
So when Kristen checked on that, then the rural basic came out okay, once the transfer was okay. So we'll make doubly sure that the rural basic is okay. And once we do that, then we'll make sure everything is fine. And we'll see where we come out.
Must be canceling school. Oh, my phone is ringing in the school.
Oh, yeah?
Must be canceling
Oh,
school.
my canceling school, okay. Yeah, so, okay. I think we're looking okay, and we'll make sure everything is okay. We'll go through everything one more time.
Okay.
You guys look at, and make sure you're happy with the way things are.
Yep.
And I'll talk to Michelle again.
and if you guys have questions while you're looking at it, make
Yeah.
sure you give us a call. We can go through it with you.
Okay.
Either call Kristen or, and then she can send it to all of us. So we're not
Yeah.
emailing
If there's
each
a
other.
question, just ask me and then I can send the question to everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're not violating the code and talking to each other, so we don't want to do that. So we want to make sure that we have everything clear and make sure everything is okay.
Yep.
And then we can make doubly sure that everything is just fine. And we can discuss anything that we need to. Does that sound good?
And then there's I can't remember if then we have a public hearing on the budget?
Yes.
Right? Okay. That's the April
That's the
1st?
April 1st.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That gives us plenty of time because the deadline is April 30th, right? Now, it all throws me because it used to always be
Like the 15th,
the
wasn't it?
15th of, yeah. Yeah. So. Kristen has certainly been getting her feet wet, so. And the thing is, it's all new to me with House File 718. Melissa, I think, did it all last year, and so, Kristen's dealing with it tomorrow and going online with everybody and
Is
go
that
ahead.
just what is that? Just an auditor's roundtable on it or like a
No.
meeting or?
We will download everything from the Department of Management. That's why everybody has to have everything in by
Okay.
4 o'clock tomorrow. If they don't get it in, then they have to have last year's budget.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
can't
Gotcha.
move on.
Okay.
So,
which is a bad
then-
thing,
yeah, and
if you
then,
don't get it in.
yeah, then we all get on at the same time and try to download our stuff and send it to the mailing place. So could take 5 minutes and it could take hours.
Hopefully don't crash the system.
That's, yeah.
Everybody trying to do
That
it
could be
once.
really
Last year
bad if
they had-
everybody's doing it.
Last year there were issues, because Kim did it last year and ended up coming in the next day. Anyway, because it was on a Friday last year.
And it's a different company this
But
year.
we're using a different company, and it's the second year, so I'm sure they've worked out their bugs.
Hopefully, anyway, yeah. Yeah, and I have no clue anything about it, so, yep,
Well, good luck with that.
yeah. So anyway, yes, she's getting her feet wet, that's for sure. So I applaud her on doing everything, because I know nothing about, I mean, as I say, Melissa did everything with File 718 last year, and I don't
Well,
think,
there's 98 other auditors doing it, so
Yeah.
I have a lot
I think,
of resources to talk to.
I think last year we were kind of in the dark about things, and she just took care of it, and
Yeah.
so, yeah. And Kristen's taking care of it this year, so, yeah. So anyway, okay. Is there anything else that we want to talk about? As Kristen has said, if we have questions, let's just email them to her
Okay.
or call her, and then she can email them to each of us, and that way we won't be talking to each other, and we'll go on from there, so, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, if there's nothing else to discuss, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll adjourn at 4:26. Okay.